Hi besties, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Brianna and today we are doing my little monthly book haul. And if you are new here, I do a book haul video every single month showing the books that I have gotten in the past month. And today I have quite a few books. I have 16 books, but actually 5 of them I got for myself this month and then the rest of them were sent to me. Usually a majority of the books are sent to me, so the fact that I have 5 this month, not great considering I should be on a book buying ban, but it's fine, it's whatever. So let's just hop into the video. I'm so excited to showcase these books. Some of them are already out, some of them are coming out soon, and I love sharing new books with you guys. First up, I'm starting with the 3 books that Source Books and Bloom Books sent to me. This first one may be one of the most exciting books of today's video, although I feel like I do have quite a few exciting ones. Just look at her. I am obsessed with the blue. This is The Defender by Anna Huang. This is book 2 in Gods of the Game. Yes, her new sports romance series. The first book is The Striker. It came out last October, I'm pretty sure, and now this is book number 2 that is coming out October 28th. I got an arc of it sent to me by Bloom Books, so I am so very grateful. This one I think is going to be forced proximity because they have to become roommates, and it's between his coach and his coach's daughter. Yeah. It also came with this really funny sticker. This cutesy little lanyard. Again, I'm just loving the blue theme going on. I cannot wait to read this soon. I just love Anna Huang books so much. I have been reading her books since 2021 or early 2022, I think. So I have been a fan for literally years, and I really am just loving kind of the spicy sports romance by her. It's a little bit different from her other series because the other ones are very outlandish, which don't get me wrong, these are still kind of outlandish, but I feel like a little bit more realistic maybe. So very, very excited for this if you can't tell. And then another arc that I got from Bloom Books is Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animal by Megan Quinn. This one is already out. I think it literally just came out a few days ago. And this is technically a sequel to, I don't even know the name of the book because I didn't read it, but her Christmas book that came out last year. This one says, nothing says I love you like trespassing, public humiliation, and a town-wide Christmas spectacle to win your crush back. This sounds really, really cute and fun and festive. I'm sure it's gonna be spicy. I think I've only ever read one other Megan Quinn book, but it was definitely spicy, so. And this one also came with this little sweater sticker. So huge thank you to Bloom for sending me these 2 books. And then lastly from Source Books, which Bloom and Source Books are like the same imprint. I'm still not 100% sure with the whole publishing terminology, but I think it's technically the same publishing house and 2 imprints of the publishing house. I don't know. If anyone knows, comment down below. But this is A Star is Scorned by Maureen Lee Lenker. This is a historical romance that takes place in Golden Age Hollywood. It is a rom-com that has fake dating. Yeah. We know how much I love fake dating. It says, he's a rogue on stage and off it, but can she be the girl who finally swashbuckles her way into his heart? What does swashbuckles even mean? What? But the reason I'm so excited for this book is because Emily Henry, one of my favorite authors of all time, said, essentially my perfect read. So if Emily Henry is a fan of the author, I feel like that's a very, very, very good sign. I don't know, I just think this sounds really fun. I don't read a ton of historical fictions, but I feel like I always enjoy the historical fictions that I do read, so I'm really happy to have another one to add to my TBR. So thank you so much to Source Books for sending me this one. Okay, and I also have 3 more books from Penguin Random House, imprints by them. So we have Berkley and Ace Books, which are imprints of Penguin Random House. I'm pretty sure I have that one right. Berkley is more so their romancy or just general fiction imprint, and then Ace Books is their fantasy imprint. It's not full-blown fantasy, I would say. Well, I don't know what I would say, I guess. From Berkley, I am very, very excited for this one. It is Revolve, which is this the final book in this little series? Anyways, the first book in this series is Collide, and then the second book is Spiral. I haven't read Spiral yet, so I'll have to read that before getting to this one, but this one I am so excited for because it's about a figure skater and a hockey player. And ever since reading The Favorites earlier this year, I have just become obsessed with figure skating. Like, I grew up figure skating, so I've always loved it, but reading The Favorites just, like, reignited that love for figure skating in me. So this is giving Icebreaker, which, maybe this is a controversial opinion, I really enjoyed Icebreaker. I did really enjoy the first book in this series as well. Like, yes, is it kind of just a fun, silly, spicy romance? Yeah, but it had way more emotional depth to the characters and like their backstories than what I was expecting, so I was very pleasantly surprised. So I'm figuring the next two books are going to be the same as that. And this cover is just so pretty. I love it. It says, "The road to redemption is far from smooth as ice in this sweeping romance between a figure skater and a hockey player." Well, I gathered that. Probably not going to read the synopsis because I don't like reading it. But this one, it came with some really cute artwork, like a little lantern festival. That is so cute. This is literally on my bucket list to do with my husband one day, so love this. And then they also included stickers. How fun. Ugh, yeah, I just can't wait to read this. I definitely need to read Spiral soon, which Spiral is about a hockey player and a ballerina, but I'm just more excited for the figure skater. So I need to read Spiral so I can get to this one. Thank you, Berkley, for sending me this. Now from Ace, I have two books. First, we have The Keeper of Magical Things, which just look at this cover. This cover is insane. I love this little cat dragon thing. Like, that is so cute. And also the cat dragon thing is on the spine. I love that. So this is supposed to be like a cozy fantasy, which I feel like that's what Ace is kind of known for. You know, it's not like super high stakes, like epic fantasies. It's more chill, low-key, cozy fantasies. It says, "A mage in training discovers friendship and maybe something more in the unlikeliest of places in this delightfully charming novel." This definitely sounds like a great cozy fantasy to snuggle up with later this fall or this winter. Thank you, Ace. And then this last one from Ace, I am really, really, really excited for. This is Witches of Dubious Origin by Jen McKinley, and I've also read a romance by Jen McKinley. I didn't know she was like branching out and doing more fantasy now, but I really, really enjoyed the romance that I read by her. Like, I really just liked her writing style, so I have very high hopes for this. And this one says, "When a librarian discovers she's descended from a long line of powerful witches, she'll need all of her bookish knowledge to harness her family's magic in this enchanting, cozy fantasy." Yeah, and this cover I'm also just obsessed with. Like, I love the library. I love the magic. So pretty. And I think this one we may be able to cross something off on our bingo board. Thank you so much again to Ace for this book. And the next books I'm going to share are kind of like miscellaneous. They are all sent to me, but just from like various publishers or authors. This one right here, Conform, is one that I am so excited for because Sarah J. Maas herself, Sarah J. Maas, one of my favorite authors ever. I seriously love all of her books. She says that this is compulsively readable and vividly written. It kept me awake long past my bedtime. Ariel Sullivan is a writer to watch. So yeah, if Sarah J. Maas says that it's compulsively readable and it kept her awake past her bedtime, this is getting moved to the top of the TBR list. Also, Veronica Roth, who is the author of Divergent, which I was obsessed with Divergent when I was like 11 years old. She said that it's an irresistible romantic debut with a love triangle that will have you picking sides and then changing sides again, and she read it in one sitting. Oh my gosh, I am like gonna go feral for this book. Came with this super pretty artwork. And it says, "In the far future, one young woman becomes torn between two loves and two sides of a rebellion in the first novel of a sweeping dystopian romance series." I seriously can't wait, you guys. Also, I haven't posted it yet on my TikTok, but I did film the unboxing of receiving the PR package for this book, and it is absolutely insane. Make sure you go follow me on my TikTok so you can see that when it's posted, because Thousand Voices and Ballantine books spoiled me. I am seriously so grateful. Thank you so much, because it was an insane package. Then for another fantasy, I have Daughter of the Fae, and this was sent to me from the Nerd Fam. It also came with a really sweet thank you note from the author, as well as more artwork and a cute little matching bookmark, and it's signed. Daughter of the Fae is the first installment of a high-stakes adult fantasy romance featuring friends to lovers, dangerous fae politics, and a halfling caught in the middle of a greater conspiracy. Thank you so much to the Nerd Fam and the author for sending me this book. I love a good romantasy book, so I have very high hopes for this one, and again, I feel like this is one that sounds like it needs to be moved up on my TBR. This next book is really special because actually one of my friends on TikTok wrote it and sent it to me. This is One Ride by Megan Eilis, and it says Layla Jens is a book girl with no one to talk books with. Parker Miller is her brother's best friend and the only person to ask her about her books. So I'm pretty sure this is just a sweet romance where he literally reads her books so that she has someone to talk to about with them. Megan literally posted a TikTok, I don't know if it was today or like a few days ago, but she was like, if you wish Rory and Jess would have been Endgame, read this book. So. And these next two books that were sent to me from Masterless Press are romances, and I'm just going to read you the back of them because I don't know a good way to summarize them. The first is Hopium, and on the cover it says, the hope of something better can ruin the chance of something amazing. So I think these are going to be hard-hitting romances. Hopium says Isabella Monroe is living her best life, doing whatever it takes to achieve her dreams while struggling to pass this semester. It'd be a hell of a lot easier if her life wasn't imploding thanks to her ex-boyfriend punishing her betrayal by leaking her secrets and intimate photos across the internet. When his revenge campaign hits campus, she realizes she either has to intervene or drop out. One night where nothing goes wrong. Is that too much to ask for? Dion Johnson arrives in LA for one last epic weekend with his best bros before graduation. A spring break full of sightseeing, drunk nights, and one-night stands is the goal. Then, Dion sees Isabella, and suddenly, pursuing anyone else just seems pointless. All he needs is an in. And as he's devising a smooth introduction, he witnesses a moment that ruins her night. A spilled tray of loaded nachos and a bold act of kindness spurs a passionate fling with the potential to become so much more, or at least it might, if living on opposite coasts and Isabella's commitment phobia weren't major obstacles. And then we have Detachment. This one says, love can heal the broken, secrets can destroy everyone. So Detachment is about Kylie Delaney grew up in a toxic home where emotional detachment became her go-to coping mechanism to survive life with a violent alcoholic father. Now that she's become her husband's verbal punching bag, Kylie finds herself swimming against a current of depression and anxiety. The only way to keep from drowning might be to once again shut down. In the days after his mother's passing, Marcus Jones closed himself off, quit his job, and poured everything into his writing to keep from spiraling out. After the success that he'd always dreamed of comes to fruition, Marcus hires his friend Kylie to rescue her from corporate misery. Unexpectedly, working long hours together ends up being exactly what Kylie and Marcus need to find relief from mental anguish. As their connection deepens and their relationship tests boundaries, secrets old and new threaten to ruin everything. So what I really like about Masterless Press is these are actually indie books by indie authors, but Masterless Press is basically the publisher for them. So it gives indie authors a chance to publish their book. Thank you so much to Masterless Press for sending me these books. I can't wait to have my heart ripped out by them, honestly. And let's move on to the 5 books that I bought myself this month. First, I have Mate by Ali Hazelwood. Now, I am really excited for this one, even though I didn't love Bride. And don't come at me. I feel like I'm definitely in the minority for not loving Bride. I gave it a 3-star rating, which isn't bad. Definitely my least favorite Ali Hazelwood, though. I don't know. I just really love Ali Hazelwood's like STEM romances, women in STEM, like the super sophisticated romance books. So when she branched out to paranormal romance with Bride, I was really excited for it, like when I was anticipating it. But then I read it. I actually got an arc of it and I read it, and I was severely underwhelmed, I guess. I don't know. It felt really, really clunky, and I'm really hoping that with Mate being the second book in the Bride universe, that maybe Ali Hazelwood has really evolved in writing paranormal romances, because like paranormal and STEM romances are totally different things, and Ali Hazelwood herself is just a genius, so I feel like she thrives in the STEM romances. And don't get me wrong, like, I'm still excited for this even though I didn't love Bride, and I have heard that the male main character of this book has topped some people's favorite Ali Hazelwood men, which Deep End by Ali Hazelwood is my new like favorite Ali Hazelwood book. I just love those characters so much, and the male main character, I'm obsessed with him. But I have heard that this is her spiciest book yet, with the best male main character yet. So I have very, very high expectations for it, even though maybe I shouldn't because I didn't love Bride. I don't know. It'll be really interesting to see what I think of this. But it says, a human hybrid and an alpha were claw against the bonds of fate in the highly anticipated companion novel. Oh, so maybe it's just gonna be 2 books in the Bride universe? I don't know. But the main characters of this book we did see in Bride. So yeah, I'm excited, but a little nervous. This next one, you guys, you might have seen already if you watched my book shopping vlog earlier this week. But I got The Weaver Bride by Lydia Gregovic. And just look at these sprayed edges. I am absolutely obsessed. And then also just like this cover in general and then the back are also stunning. So the author of The Rose Bargain, which I love, says sparkling glamour and deadly secrets. I was completely under this book's spell. And then the author of Immortal Consequences, which I have not read yet, but I want to. She says, if you're looking for your next romantic fantasy obsession, here it is. So this is a YA fantasy romance, and I really, really love YA romanticises because honestly, like, sometimes spice and smut can ruin the book. And with YA, you're not really going to have as much of that. There might be super, super light spice, but nothing too heavy. And if this is going to give the Rose Bargain vibes whatsoever, I just know I'm going to be obsessed, because I think I gave the Rose Bargain 4.5 stars. So yeah, safe to say I loved it, so I'm really, really hoping to love this one. And even if I don't, at least I have like this gorgeous book to display. Oh, I didn't even say what it says on the back. I tightened my grip on the handle. About me, 2 things were true. I was a liar and a thief, and my doors never failed. Gently, I pulled on the door, and though I possessed no key, it swung open. That sounds intriguing. This is yet another one getting moved to the top of my TBR. My book of the month pick for October was The Haunting of Payne's Hollow. My friend Caitlin and I are going to be doing a buddy read of this one. I think book of the month said this is a paranormal thriller, which that is very intriguing. Like, I think I'm gonna be scared because a paranormal thriller, like, that just sounds like a horror to me. Oh. A nail-biting supernatural horror about a haunted lakeside property. Oh, and twisted family secrets. Yay. See, I like being spooked out, but when some things are just too real, that's where I get really, really scared, and I feel like this one could scare me. Like, the fact that it is a lakeside property. I live in Minnesota. This is the land of 10,000 lakes, but actually there's 15,000 lakes. So, there's literally lakes everywhere. I grew up on a lake. Yeah, scary. And then the last 2 books I am going to show you. I have Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. These are the new editions that came out on Threshing Day. I don't know what this collection is called, like Wing and Tooth or something. So I already have, actually you guys can see them. I have those 4 Fourth Wing books up there. I have the first edition of all of them, and then I also have the Target exclusive of Onyx Storm. So since I have 1 Fourth Wing and 1 Iron Flame, but 2 Onyx Storms, I was like, I kind of want to get these, so I have 2 of each, and then I can get 2 of each when like the new books in the series come out eventually. So we have Fourth Wing, which is basically the same, it's just like colored edges. But Iron Flame I am pretty excited about because obviously the first edition Iron Flame was just plain black sprayed edges, which I feel like everyone was kind of disappointed in. So now we have these stunning sprayed edges to kind of match the rest of the series, which I don't know why they didn't just do that to begin with. So I don't feel as guilty about buying these two books because they're trophies basically. I've already read the books, they're not being added to my TBR. And I am a collector of books that I love, so I can't wait to display these on my shelf. So there is my entire book haul for this month. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And make sure to comment any videos that you'd like to see from me in the future. Obviously, I have my videos that I like to make, but if there's something you want to see, I want to film what you want to see. So otherwise, hopefully I will see it in my next video. Bye!